I want to talk about Khalil Mack, Aaron Donald. I'm going to talk about them together. I'm going to combine their topics into one because it appears that both Aaron Donald and Khalil Mack are waiting for each other before they sign a contract. It's somewhat of a stalemate. Whoever signs first, the other guy wants to one-up him. And another thing is whoever signs first really sets the market for the other guy. If Aaron Donald signs first, Khalil Mack is going to use that as leverage for his contract. So the two are just kind of in a waiting game, waiting for each other. Now, I want to get some facts out first. Some stuff I had to really research, really do some hard work to find out. I'm going to share with you guys so you guys have all the information. Both Aaron Donald and Khalil Mack have been in the NFL for 4 seasons. However, even though they've been in the NFL the same amount of time, they have different free agent situations when their contracts are over. So I want to explain what a restricted free agent is. And I guess really the best way to do that is to tell you that you need to have 4 seasons accrued. That's a keyword, 4 seasons accrued. And once you have 4 seasons accrued under your NFL career, then you can become an unrestricted free agent when your contract ends. So unrestricted free agents, that UFA, unrestricted free agents, are free to sign with whatever team they want when they're a free agent. They can take any offers. They can go wherever they want. Now, a restricted free agent is limited. I know, pretty creative naming. You can take offers from any team you want once you're a free agent. However, if your former team still wants you, they can counter the offer. They can match an offer and keep you on their team. Or, let's say if Aaron Donald was going to try to leave the LA Rams, the Rams could either match his contract offer or say, you can go, but we're going to get a compensatory draft pick. So in your place, we'll get a draft pick to make up for the fact that we lost you because we had your rights and now you're gone. So Khalil Mack is going to be an unrestricted free agent. He has 4 years accrued. When his contract is up, he's going to be an unrestricted free agent. He'll be free to go wherever he wants. However, Aaron Donald, even though he's been in the NFL for 4 years, he's entering his 5th season right now. He is scheduled to be a restricted free agent. The reason is because to get a year to count, to accrue in your favor towards becoming an unrestricted free agent, you need to report to training camp 30 days before the first regular season game begins. Now, last year, in Aaron Donald's 4th year, he held out until well into the regular season. So that year did not count towards becoming an unrestricted free agent. And again, this year, Aaron Donald has held out. August 7th was the cutoff date. It's well past August 7th. He will not be an unrestricted free agent. He will, in fact, be a restricted free agent when his deal is up, which means the Rams are going to have the rights to Aaron Donald for much longer than we originally thought. Khalil Mack, unrestricted free agent. I've gotten some comments about that. No, he's in fact going to be an unrestricted free agent. Aaron Donald is going to be a restricted free agent. Now, those are the facts. I had to look really hard to find those. I had to figure out what do these definitions mean, yada, yada. Those are all the facts. Now I want to insert my opinion into all of this. Because I believe Khalil Mack and Aaron Donald are simply asking for too much. They're asking for too much money. They're asking for more money than they are worth. See, Aaron Donald and Khalil Mack want to be the highest paid non-quarterbacks in the entire NFL. It's reported they both want to be paid upwards of $20 million a year. That's simply too much. I'm not going to give them that much. That's too much for me. And now, frankly, I believe that Khalil Mack and Aaron Donald may be the best at their positions. Totally. I agree. And if they're not the best, they're really, really close. But Aaron Donald and Khalil Mack, neither of them are as valuable as a quarterback or even a wide receiver like Odell Beckham Jr. Remember, the NFL rules have shifted. The helmet rule and the new catch rule both benefit offense, and they hurt defenses. But I really want to focus on J.J. Watt. I want to use J.J. Watt as a case study to explain why I think that Khalil Mack and Aaron Donald are both somewhat overvaluing themselves. See, J.J. Watt was the NFL Defensive Player of the Year in 2013, 2015, and 2016. So we can all argue, okay, J.J. Watt's best years were 2013 through 2016. Well, in 2013, when J.J. Watt was NFL Player of the Year, his team, the Houston Texans, went 2-14. His head coach got fired. So yeah, Defensive Player of the Year didn't really benefit his team very much. Didn't matter. Or how about in 2014, 15, and 16? Every single one of those years, his team went 9-7. Yeah, J.J. Watt doesn't have a big impact on winning games. He doesn't, no matter how great he is. What that tells me is no matter how good you are on defense, especially if you're a defensive tackle, you're not going to impact how much your team wins games. Not as much as a quarterback or a wide receiver. Remember, again, 2013, NFL Defensive Player of the Year. His coach, Gary Kubiak, was fired. And again, in 2015, his team was 30th in total defense. You had the NFL Defensive Player of the Year, and in 2016, your team was still last in NFL total defense. Clearly, defensive players don't have as much to do with how well your team does on defense or really how well your team does in the win-loss column because it's not a quarterback. It's not a wide receiver. You need to have a group of 11 guys. One player isn't enough. So I don't think I would pay. My point is this. The NFL salary cap is $177.2 million. So $20 million is over 11% of the NFL salary cap. I'm not going to give that to a defensive tackle. I'm not going to give that to a defensive end. It's simply too much. I would not pay as much to a non-quarterback as I would to either a quarterback or even now wide receiver with the new rules. Especially, again, with the new rules, receivers, quarterbacks, more valuable than ever. Defenders, they're going down. It's the uncomfortable truth. Defensive players are losing their value. You might not like that, but that's what I see it as. Now, Khalil Mack is scheduled to make $13.8 million. I think he's being underpaid. He should be paid more. I can acknowledge that. You should put him next to Von Miller. But I'm not going to pay Khalil Mack $25 million. I'm not going to pay Aaron Donald $23 million. Aaron Donald certainly deserves a raise. Aaron Donald is only making $6.8 million. The guy deserves a raise. We can all agree. You agree. I agree. We all think Aaron Donald is being vastly underpaid. He's the best defensive tackle in football. He's being paid well below market value. But we also really can't blame the Rams. The Rams have a steal. Aaron Donald is the biggest bargain in the NFL right now. They're going to take it as long as they can. So I would not pay Aaron Donald or Khalil Mack upwards of $20 million. I'm not going to do that. But I would give them raises. They do deserve more money. And I would give them long-term contracts with guaranteed money to make them even more happy. You're going to be guaranteed this amount of money. Done. Now, one thing people keep telling me, this is where it gets kind of funny. People keep saying to me, Khalil Mack loves Oakland. He loves the Raiders. Does he? I don't know. First of all, he loved Oakland before the Raiders decided to move to Vegas and before they added a new head coach, John Gruden. But it doesn't fully add up when people say, Khalil Mack just loves the Raiders so much. Nah, it's kind of like when a girl says, Zach, I love you. You're the best guy I've ever met, but we just can't be together. You like me so much. Why can't we be together? That doesn't add up. It doesn't make any sense. If Khalil Mack really was desperate to be with the Raiders, he would have signed for a more team-friendly contract. Actually, very similar to what Julio Jones did. Earlier this year, Julio Jones signed a more team-friendly contract with the Atlanta Falcons. He asked for a raise. He got one. He didn't ask to be the highest-paid receiver in the NFL because he wanted to be in Atlanta, but he wanted more money. Khalil Mack has options. He doesn't have to be the highest-paid defensive player in the NFL, but clearly Khalil Mack prioritizes money over staying with the Raiders. So stop telling me Khalil Mack loves the Raiders. I do want to point out it's pretty funny the Raiders were able to shell out like $100 million for John Gruden, but they're not able to pay Khalil Mack. It's a weird, no matter who you are, it's like, really? You're going to pay the coach? I don't know how you compare that. I don't really know how to read into that even because you can't really compare Khalil Mack, a defensive end, and John Gruden, a head coach. But man, it sure is a weird and interesting little wrinkle to all that they paid Derek Carr a couple years ago. They just paid John Gruden. They're not going to pay Khalil Mack. It's weird. But my final point is this. Both Aaron Donald and Khalil Mack both chose not to come to NFL training camp. They decided to hold out. And I want to compare that to the way Odell Beckham Jr. handled his new contract. Odell Beckham Jr. handled his new contract situation by showing up to training camp. He showed up. He had a good attitude. All Odell Beckham Jr. said was, I'm not going to play in a game until I'm paid more money. But he paid it forward. He showed up, had a good attitude, worked out for them every single day. He showed his team what they were missing. And I wonder if Aaron Donald or Khalil Mack could have benefited from doing this. Especially for Khalil Mack. Khalil Mack could have showed up with the Raiders and said, "Hi, John Gruden, my name is Khalil Mack. I'm not playing for you until you pay me, but I'll show you what you're missing. I'm going to work out every day. I'm going to have a great attitude. I'm going to be a leader in the locker room. I'm not playing on Sundays till you pay me, but I'm going to pay it forward. Look at how good of an attitude I'm going to have." I don't know. It's weird. It's weird to me. Now, again, I want to repeat, my final thing I want to say is I would not pay Khalil Mack or Aaron Donald upwards of $20 million. I'm not paying them 21, 23, 25, 27 million. Though 27 million is off the table, but I'm not going to do that. I would match them with Von Miller. That's fine. I get that. But I'm not going to pay them upwards of $20 million. I definitely would give Aaron Donald and Khalil Mack a raise. Aaron Donald is being vastly underpaid. $6.8 million is a joke for the best defensive tackle in football. And I'd give them long-term contracts with guaranteed money, but I'm not going to pay either of them more than $20 million. It's just not going to happen. I'm not going to do that. They're not that valuable. And I think they, in their minds, think they're more valuable than they actually are. So that's my take on the whole Aaron Donald, Khalil Mack situation. I'm just not going to pay them what they think they're worth. I just don't think they're worth that much. They're not worth 11% of my salary cap. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Zach Schaumler. This is my show, Strong Opinion Sports. It's my pride and joy. I'm very proud of it. If you're new to Strong Opinion Sports, you can subscribe to it on iTunes, SoundCloud, on YouTube. You can find the full entire hour-long podcast on YouTube, or you can find more shorter breakout videos like the one you just watched. And if you like what I had to say, maybe you hate what I had to say, share this with your friends. Share it on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, whatever it is. Help me grow Strong Opinion Sports by telling your friends about the show. My name is Zach Schaumler. Have a great day.